Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back to the channel, I hope you are all doing well. Press conference of Triple A players, tier list 1. That's what we are speaking about today. It's a special one because it's not one player, but we are actually presenting two players. Luis Openda from Belgium, Edon Zhegrova from Kosovo, Albania, because he has a double citizenship, which we know has been extremely important to actually come to Juve, to not burn a slot that at the moment has not been fulfilled. But you never know, in the winter we could still play that card. Ciao Juventini of the world, again. So let's say hello and welcome to our friend, Gianluca Ghiselli, that decided immediately to become a member of the channel. Grandissimo. Buongiorno, amico mio. Let me try to pin it. I don't know if I'm able to pin it or not. Why is it not working? It's not working for a reason. Attenzione. Special. Now it works. Now it works. No. That's important. That's super important. If this is not working, my friends, I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. At least being able to pin the comments, which is, according to me, fundamental here on the channel, so that you know it, and we continue with the interactions between all of us. Allora, Juventini, today we speak about Openda and we speak about Zhegrova. The press conference will start in 4 minutes. Let me say hello to all the other people that are already here in the chat. Ciao Giu, ciao Itai, ciao Ernesto, grande Ernesto. Come on guys, don't forget to put a like on the video. Sometimes I forget, so I double check. Grandissimo Ernesto, JJ38, 3 videos today. Yes, because later today, don't forget, also for the people that are watching in replay, there will be the live together with our friends from Turin Giants. Today we go again with Zach and with Fred. I know it's a duo that yesterday you appreciated a lot. Buongiorno to all the people that just woke up, like Nino in USA Coffee and Live. Great way to start the day. Buongiorno Vince's Quad. Vince's Squad. Attenzione, what a beautiful nickname. Buongiorno, zero delays. Beppe, your description is wrong. Ah yeah? Openda and Zhegrova live press conference presentation. What is wrong in the description? Probably I have the wrong name. It could be that I didn't pay attention when I did a copy paste. Attenzione, it is not important. We'll change it after the presentation. Buongiorno Cecilia. Buongiorno Zaccaria. Buongiorno Mauri. Buongiorno Cap. Junior Mas. Honey. Now I'm asking you immediately, ragazzi e ragazze. Buongiorno Antonio. What is the question that you would ask to Openda? What is the question that you would ask to Zhegrova? One question for each. Don't forget to also put the name to who you would love to ask the question. Let me know in the chat right now before we start. I tell you about Zhegrova, I would ask him if he can explain that beautiful smile that he has since he is in Torino. How come he has that huge big smile, and how can he keep it? How can we make sure that he keeps that smile? So about that smile, about that happiness, about that enthusiasm, that's the question that I would ask to Zhegrova. Of course, there will be the question from a journalist that will ask him how many minutes he has in the legs, if he's ready to play. So that's why I don't want to burn that jolly, but I would go really on that emotion, about that Juventinità, about being happy since his arrival at the Caselle airport. The J Medical, the training session, the backstage videos. That's what I would ask him. And then to Openda, I would really want to ask him about the role. Not that much what role he prefers to play, even if I would ask that, but I would ask it in a double layer question. What is your favorite role where you believe that you can give the most? But especially in these first training sessions with Igor Tudor, what advices did he give you? How does he start to see you on the pitch? Which will tell us a lot in the ways of how Igor will use the Belgian player. Is it as a number 9? Is it as a vice Yildiz? Is it on the left, on the right? In a new way of playing? Extremely curious about that. So now I want your questions before we start in 1-2 minutes. To Openda, are you happy and confident to play well and start consistent throughout the season, and how? Beautiful question. A lot of questions to Openda. Huh? You have a history of being the top goal scorer in a lot of leagues. Do you think you can also do it in Serie A, which is much more defensive league? Beautiful question from Itai. Mamma mia. I would ask to Openda what it means to him to be a Juventus player. Buongiorno Marco. Zhegrova, and why he has chosen Juve, though he had an agreement with l'Olympique de Marseille. So 1 question for Zhegrova, 3 for Openda. Hope there are some pro journalists, not only Inter guys. Yeah, I know that sometimes there are some people from Inter, not today. They have the opportunity to go tomorrow for the Derby d'Italia. I wanted initially that Comoli would have done a speech in the beginning. But actually, he didn't do for Joao Mario, he didn't do for Jonathan David, even if he was present, and he is present in the press conference room. And thinking about it, speaking about it with Massimo Zampini on Juventus, I came to the conclusion, it's correct, that probably it's not the right time to let Comoli speak, because that's the moment of Zhegrova, that's the moment of Openda, not about asking questions about Kolo Muani, for example, to a Comoli that would be there in front of the journalist next to Openda and Zhegrova. I think it's not appropriate attention, because here they are. Oh, and we see that Comoli is already there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will speak. Maybe at the end he will speak. Uh-oh. Curious. Let me check. Thank you, Yorai. Damien Comoli will speak. Good afternoon. Before we give the microphone to Edon and Lois, I wanted to do a small introduction, a few comments about the calciomercato. First, I want to speak about the players that has left us. I want to thank them. Thank you for the contribution. What they brought to the club, and we wish them the very best for the future and their career. Beautiful, beautiful. We try to find the right balance between the financial situation, especially having in mind the financial fair play. You know, and you know this is a trending word across Europe for many clubs, and we are not different than other clubs. So we had to balance it very carefully. We tried also to build a competitive squad, not team, on purpose, because we believe that the team was competitive, but we wanted to reinforce the overall squad. We believe that we were able to balance that, to do that. He speaks about the fact that we signed Kalulu on a permanent basis. Conceicao, we took Jonathan David, Joao Mario from Porto, and then the last day of Calciomercato we were able to bring the 2 players that are next to me, Edon and Lois. One of the things that we wanted to achieve, and that was really important to us, was to keep the backbone of the team. We were and we are convinced that we have a very competitive team, and we would have felt very uncomfortable selling some of our players that will have a big role to play in the future, and that will be part of the future of the club. For us, it was really in session to do it. Now he's speaking in English. Regarding 2 players that are here, We are very, very, very happy that they are here with us. Now I will let them speak after me. I am sure that you will have a lot of questions for them. But I will say the creativity of Edon, which I told him. He always was able to manage to create something out of the blue when I was playing against him when I was president of Toulouse, and that's what I told him. He is able to make things happen, and that's what we were looking for. And on Lois, what we were focusing on was his finishing ability. Power in spaces, work rate, regarding the two transfer that arrived really late. It was not because of our desire. We would have loved that it happened before. For Edon, it was a question of timing. Because we were waiting to see what would happen with Nico and Atletico Madrid for the circumstances that they controlled. We didn't control that. It happened really late on a Sunday afternoon. And Edon was really dedicated to the fact to join Juventus. We completed the transfer at 7:58 with a deadline at 8 p.m. on the Monday night. We had discussion weeks with Edon, maybe even months. A month. And in the last 24 hours, he intensified the reason why it intensified with Lois is because he fitted different parameters. Because he became available, because the club found a replacement, because he fitted different parameters, the playing style that will fit exactly our coach playing style, but also in terms of squad planning and the terms that we could reach. This is why Lois was the ideal candidate for that position. I read strangely a few articles regarding a so-called argument that I would have had with Nasser Al-Khelaifi. I want to say it is totally false. We didn't even speak. So rumors, articles that you could have read or seen are total lies. Probably it's somebody that is trying to manipulate a situation that doesn't exist. I have always been a strong advocate of clubs having a good relationship and respect, and that's what we have with Paris Saint-Germain. So don't take for granted what you read, because it's totally false. Attenzione! Attenzione! I can say that we are coming out of the calciomercato. We feel a lot stronger. We kept the core of players that we wanted to keep. We have new recruits in Bremer and Cabal. Bremer is back. Cabal will soon be back. You know more than I do because I just arrived. But you know the contribution of Bremer. But Cabal will be back really soon. And I'm really happy that we have kept Dusan and his finishing abilities and capabilities that are quite unique in Serie A. that he has shown in quite few games for Juve and for the national team. We have built a team and a squad that can compete, that can get far in terms of result, that can go very high, which is young. I know Juventus was the second youngest team in Serie A last year. I think it's still a very young team. We did it on purpose. Youth and experience at the same time. There is quantity and quality. We are very, very happy how we came out of this mercato. I also want to thank our owner, because his commitment through the entire transfer window and his support has been fantastic. He was every day there if needed. He was encouraging us. He was really decisive in the decision making and pushed me to think further. And without him, we would have not be able to do everything that we did. I really want to thank him for this. And also shows how much he's committed to make this club a successful and winning organization. And that's really important for us. Oh! Now I will leave the stage to the two players, Edon and Lois, and leave the question to you. Thank you very much. Bravo, Damien Comoli! Bravo, Damien Comoli. I will come back on Comoli later, but I think that this will be even the biggest part of the press conference today. Attenzione! We start with a question first for Edon Zhegrova. Question for Edon. Attention. I hope you will say thank you, Beppe. Question if he can tell us a bit more about this first day at Juventus and if he can give a feedback about it. I'm very happy to be in Juventus. First days in Juventus has been great. I have a warm welcome from everybody, from the players. My first day were quite good. Albanese. What convinced Juventus in the offer? And was Jonathan David also one that had a role in your choice? No. It's a big club in Italy. And my decision was always to play in a big club in Italy and also the project. Of course, I know Jonathan David as well from before. I know that this team has a lot of qualities and I think that I can help the team with my qualities as well. That was the main reason I wanted to join Juventus. I'm looking also at the non-verbal from Edon. I will tell you later, but at the moment it's not smiling that much. Question. The fans want to hear. The game against Juve in Champions League, nobody was able to chase you. Then you had that physical problem. We want to ask you about your physical fitness and when can we see you again at 100%. Edon, attenzione. Physically, I had a hard period of time because of my injury, but now I'm feeling good. Of course, I need to work hard every day to get better. The staff is doing the job. I'm doing the job. I think very soon I will be ready to help the team. Attenzione, that means maybe he will not be able to play. Very soon I will be able to help the team. Edon. I think that this team has a lot of qualities and of course we must see it game by game, but with this team we want to win every game. So now it's just the beginning of the league and we will need to see game by game and try to win every game, and at the end we will see. But he's repeating the easy answers, guys. He's going with the calculated answers without giving too many interpretation possibilities. It's really... the difference between the impression he had from outside and inside. Let's see. He says, of course, when we played against Juventus, it was a big game for us. We all know who Juventus is, and of course for us it was a great opportunity to show ourselves against a big team like Juventus, and I think that we did well. But now it's finished. Now I'm here at Juventus. I'm very happy to be here, and I think the facilities and everybody, the work here is different. Everything is different. So, as I told you, I'm really happy and proud to be here, and I can't wait to start to play for the team. We saw the exchanges of administration and messages between the Albanian president and you. Can you tell us about more? And did you already promise the shirt to him? Yes, it's not the president, it's the prime minister of Albania. He was really happy because he's a big fan of Juve. And when he heard that Juve was interested on me, he was really happy and proud. So he wanted to give me the passport of Albania. He helped me a lot in this. I'm really thankful to him. And of course, it gave me the passport also because I represent the entire Albania community. So of course I will give him my first t-shirt. And now for the very first time he was smiling. How did you experience the negotiation period? Because it was really long and it was concluded at the really end of the calciomercato. What are your impressions about that? Answer. As I told you, Juventus is a big club and I always wanted to play for a big club. And of course, I had different opportunities to go. But the first time that I spoke with Mr. Comoli and Mr. Chiellini, I was really happy that they were interested on me. And for me, it was like a dream moment. So, of course, I wanted, after the discussion, I wanted to join Juventus. And my main focus was Juventus. So now I'm here and I'm extremely happy and proud to be in this club. It's repeating the same, huh? But yeah. Why am I looking like a proud father? You all know why, huh? It's my boy. Your nickname is Lion. That represents bravery, elegance. Where does it come from, the nickname? And do you recognize yourself in that qualities on and off the pitch? When I say this answer, I think mentally, of course, all the things that you mentioned, I fit in. So the bravery, the courage, the lion. Your first feelings about the team and the way that your playing style, the way that you will play, the suggestions and the advices that the coach gave you. Answer. I just started to train with the team Tuesday because first I needed to do my papers, all my administration, so that they were in order, so I could start only on Tuesday. And the game is very soon. I was speaking to the coach. He will see how he wants me to play, and we will talk about this. So they didn't speak yet about the role on the field. That's what Eden is telling us. Italian football is famous for tactics. Tomorrow there will be an important match against Inter. I don't know if you will be playing or not, but for sure you will be able to experience what that type of rivalry means here. I don't know if you already had a kind of experience like that. Edon. No. I will not gonna be part of the game. Oof. Attenzione, because here is the big revelation, huh? Attenzione, big revelation. I will rewind and we will go towards word by word. I was speaking to the coach. I'm not gonna be part of the game against Inter because I still need to work a bit physically. But I know the importance of the game. I know that Juventus Inter is a big game here in Italy. I'm not going to be with the team, but I will support the team. I hope I can be soon with the team and try to help them. I told you that first answer that he gave, I believe it was the second or third question, I understood immediately there are big possibilities that he will not be part of the game. And now he's confirming already before Tudor that tomorrow he will not be with the team. These were the questions for Edon. Now we go towards Openda. What are the feelings about the game against Inter? Luis, I expect a big game, a tough game, because it's an important game for us. I'm ready to be in the team for the first game and to help in the if the coach wants to. But I will be ready for that for sure. You are a very versatile player, especially in attack. You can basically occupy all the position. Do you have a favorite position? What is your preferred position on the pitch? My best position on the pitch is number 9. I always play that position. I always play as a number 9. I like to be on the side, to move a bit on the left, on the right. A bit a moving player, but my first position is number 9 for sure. That's what I tell you since the beginning. That's what I tell you. I told you many times for the people that are already putting him like the vice Kenan Yildiz. I said calma because something is not adding up. Wait, Albanese. What convinced you in Juventus' proposal, and if you have an idol in the Bianconero history that you would love to be inspired? I know that Juventus is one of the biggest clubs in Italy. That's why it was normal to come here. And I had a discussion with Mr. Comoli, and everything was fine. A lot of players played here. But yeah, I don't know yet. But for sure, top players played here, like Zlatan. Like who? Like Zlatan or other players for sure. Luis, you could have prepared yourself a bit better. Huh? If you tell me Zlatan the day before Juve Inter Openda, you didn't really prepare yourself to the max. Huh? Let's see, we'll come back on his choices a bit later. That's a strange choice. Hey, Luis. Hey. When you got inside the dressing room, when you met Bremer, what were your feelings? What did you say to him? I know what happened against the game against the Juventus. I spoke immediately to him, sending him a message that it was not my intention to injure him. I'm only here since 2 days, so we have the time to speak about that. But he's a great guy, a good player, so we'll have the time to talk together. What a strange question. Your arrival generated a lot of curiosity, not only at Juventus, but like Mr. Comoli said before, you have a great creativity. You can also bring to the Italian league a new aspects, like, for example, Saturday, the game against Inter. Inter is not so good at dribbling. Huh? What are they saying? What question are they asking? Inter is not that good at dribbling. What are your tasks? Is your task to enrich the team with qualities that are not so common here in Italy? This league is not easy because it's always compact. But my finishing, my speed, I think that I can do and bring something to the team to help. We'll look Saturday what will happen, but of course I will do everything that I can to bring what I can to the team to win. What are your impressions about Tudor and what did he tell you? In what position will he use you? Of course, you like the number 9, but what about the coach? Did he give you precise indications? I'm here since days, like I said, I speak briefly to the coach and I told him that my main position was number 9, but I can play a bit in other position. For sure, I am flexible, but we will gonna see what will happen in the next games. But the coach decides where he will put me, and I will be ready to play there for sure. At 25, you already played in Belgium, the Netherlands, in Germany. Can you say that your arrival here in Italy is the best, the most important in your career? And compared to the experience that you had in other leagues, do you think that you have reached Juventus in the most maturity of your career? He says, yes, of course, I played in France, Germany, Holland, in Belgium. I did it in a couple of teams. Each league that I was playing for, now I'm playing in Italy, and I think it's the best club for me to perform, to be better, just to play and to do what I can do. To be in Italy, I'm really happy, and I look forward for this season. Marco Baridon. Since 2020, you have been in the top 5 top scorers where you were. What does the goal represent to you? And do you feel like a complete striker? I think I need to work on some points to be a complete striker. But I'm sure that here I will learn everything to complete what I need. But yeah, that's it. But guys, at the moment, I prefer how they play than how they speak. But we'll come back. We'll come back. I know it's gonna be tough, but I'm ready for each game that we will play with my teammates, with the club. We will prepare this really importantly. But I will be ready to challenge other defenders. Did you consider that also here with all the competition, you might sit sometimes on the bench and not play all the time? Of course, we have top strikers, Jonathan and Vlahovic. Top strikers, so for sure I will not play each game. It is the coach that will decide, but I will fight for every minute that I will get. And I think it's good for strikers to push each other to perform better and to help the team when the teams need us. Last question. Strikers, when they don't score, they usually get upset. It already happened already to you. How are you actually managing that feeling? Of course, at this level, it's important to be ready for the next game when we play, especially when you are playing every 3 days. If you stay with the bad action or the action that you missed, it can influence the next game. So it's important at this level. Oh, they blocked it. Wait, I need to go back because they blocked that last answer. Wait, huh? It's important to continue to go forward to guarantee a good performance also in the next levels, especially at that level. Being always focused on top, giving my contribution to all the team. I have a family that is supporting me. I'm in good form physically, mentally. Also, when I don't score, I go forward. That I score or that I don't score, it's also important to help the team. That was the press conference of our two new signings. Now, of course, they will do the pictures with the shirts. We have Ed on Zhegrova and Lois Openda with in the middle Damien Comoli. Openda is receiving that number 20 on the home shirt. Zhegrova the number 11 as well on the home shirt. They will both show the numbers 20, 11 with Damien that is in the middle. Of course, the pictures now with them looking in front of the camera with some smiles with Comoli that is actually bigger or taller than Openda and Zhegrova. And then they are also doing pictures with the front of the shirts, pictures that will of course be shown on social media really soon. We'll come back to everything that they said. Now we will debrief. It was English on English, guys. Usually I prefer when it's actually another language. We saw also the image of Damien Modesto. I always prefer when it's another language, to be totally honest with you. I prefer when it's Italian translating to English or French or whatever. Because language on language, it's a bit difficult. So I prefer than just to listen. But it is what it is. Guys, tell me what you think. Let me say thank you to Nicola Innocenzi. So impressed by Comoli, a leader and humble and direct. Thank you for 10 months, Nicola. I will give you my feelings, but thank you for already telling me your impression. That's a bit what I'm expecting from you guys. From Edon, from Lois, and from Damien Comoli. What are the things that you appreciate, that you didn't appreciate? I tell you, to me, Damien Comoli it's not in a negative way that I want to say that. I was hoping it. I didn't expect it. But Damien Comoli stole the show today. Fantastic. I think that honestly, Damien Comoli was great. We'll come back on that. Then the guys I saw them playing football. They play better than they talk at the moment. Don't forget, they are still young. We are speaking about 25 years old players that just arrived. Like Edon said, because of administration, etc., I was able to really work with the team from Tuesday, not before. So it means on the 9th. Before that, he had to wait because of administrative things. So there are two guys that just arrived 2 days ago. It's a total new world. One is coming from Leipzig, that with all the respect, is not really known for a big history of football. Even if he played at Lens, but we are not speaking about the biggest clubs in the world. He's arriving at Juve. The other one is coming from Lille. Two players that has that mentality or that lived in the north of France. Both of the players are also played in Belgium, so I know a bit how they are thinking, how their experience has been influenced, but there are still young kids that are arriving at a huge big club like Juve. You see that they just started. They just started Openda yesterday, 2 days ago, Zhegrova. I think that, again, if I need to recap it, one is... you want me to recap? Comolli stole the show. It was much more important for me to listen to Comolli than to Zhegrova and to Openda. When I saw Comolli speaking, I said... okay, it will be a Comolli show because that's what I want to know today. If I need to make a video, I will make a video about Comolli. About the players, the thing about Zhegrova is that he will not be called up for Juve Inter. The thing about Openda is I think that he needs to realize yet where he is. I think that he really needs to realize where he is. Not in a negative way, Damien Comolli, I'm not negative about the fact that he spoke, but what he said was really important. One, speaking about the difference between squad and team, what Zhegrova said, it was he will not be there against Inter, and what the feeling, the impression that Openda gave me was, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming what I'm experiencing in these 2 days after being with the national team of Belgium, where he received some criticism. Needs to understand what the coach really wants from him and not. That's what I have experienced. So I see Barbara. BT telling us the transparency by Comolli is just great. Go back to 11:50. He said, Zhegrova said that he prefers to play like number 9, so I can go. Wait, give me a second. Let me check. 11:50, you said. I would love to, but Juve is showing me. Wait, I need to go back. No, it's not working. Oh no! Juve. Hey, it's not working, guys. For a reason or another, they are showing me that it's not working anymore. That's a pity. I don't know if Zhegrova said that. I didn't really hear that. That would surprise me. I don't know, Mark. Maybe you're right, but I didn't hear it. Beppe, this is the time for Juve management to build trust with these players. One was criticized in the media, the other coming off injury. Yeah. No. But, guys, I'm not telling you here today I'm disappointed or not disappointed or good or bad. At the end, we don't care about press conference. I don't care about press conference in a way. I mean, when it's from Damien Comolli, from Scannavino, from Giorgio Chiellini, it's extremely important. From John Elkann, even more important. So when these people are speaking, press conference experience is super important because they are telling us sometimes the truth, sometimes they are lying, but they are always sending us a message. Super important. And they don't play. So what I'm obliged to go with, it's what they tell me. Players that just arrived 2 days ago, they were national team break, they don't understand the language. Don't forget about that. They don't know. They need to discover what they are saying. Some people are a bit more comfortable. Some people are less comfortable. It's not something that I put too much attention to. Of course, if they are able to impress me also verbally, I will say that they impressed me verbally and that I enjoyed the press conference. If not, I will say that I was not 100% convinced by the press conference. But does that mean that I'm changing something in terms of what I think about the players? No. So continue to write me what you think about, what you thought about the press conference, what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy. Because after that many blah, 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 I need one break because I need a bit of something to drink. So give me 3 minutes and then we debrief here the words of Comoli. We go back to what Zhegrova said and what Openda said about position, about this, about that. Yes, Zhegrova will not be called up against Inter. This has been indeed confirmed. So give me a second, I come back. I'm back for whoever cares. I am back. Okay. They've put again the press conference, so now I can see again if we need. So what I want to say about all of that. I believe in the video of this morning I said I hope that Damien Comoli will speak. Then in the intro of today I said maybe it's not the moment to speak because today it's actually the moment for Openda and for Zhegrova to speak. And if we see the importance of the role of Damien Comoli, that I repeat to all the people, so people still didn't really understand, it's much higher than the position of Cristiano Giuntoli. Don't forget about that, Directeur General, General Director of Juve. So it's higher than the position of Giuntoli. When he speaks, of course, We listen because he has important messages to share. It's one that is used to speak. He knows how to speak. He knows the importance of the words. That's his daily job. He made a lot of podcasts, a lot of interviews. He has been president of Toulouse, so he knows really well. Speaking, of course, when he speaks today, he's giving us not only important messages, but of course he's stealing a bit the show, and he's actually putting also some stress to the two other players that are next to him. What is he starting with? He's starting with, I want to thank all the players that left Juve. So he's referring to Nico Gonzalez, to Alberto Costa, to players that went away. I don't remember who went away, but a few went away. If I'm not wrong, I don't remember the exit mercato. But anyway, he's thanking all of them. For what reason do I appreciate what he said? Because that we loved the player, bravo. That he loved, or that we love, Bangula, bravo. You see, I already forgot. Looks like an eternity. But that we loved the performance of the players, that we enjoyed them, that we were attached to them, Savona, bravo, that we wanted more, that we didn't like them, whatever they did, they are part of Juve. They have written, some people, a chapter of Juve. That's a lot, a chapter. Some people, a page. Some people, a paragraph. Some players, a sentence. Some players, a word. Some players, a letter. Depending how much they did for you or not. And these chapters, paragraph, letters, words, whatever, can give that book of Juve, that huge big book of Juve, a beautiful turn or a bad turn. Just out of my mind, of Felipe Melo that spoke today. He's also part of Juve. Antonio Conte is another one that has been discussed recently with his entry in the Hall of Fame. But all of them have written something in that book of Juve. And Damian Comolli is starting to thank them for what they did. And I appreciate that, because to me, I will never cancel a player from our history. I will remember them. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way, but I will remember. So I appreciated that. And then he said, we reinforced the squad. That was our objective. And I'm not using the word team, but I'm speaking about the squad. What is the difference, he said? That we wanted to keep the backbone of our team. We wanted to keep our team because we have a strong team. And we know that. And we are convinced about that. A team that will give us beautiful satisfactions now and in the future. Players that we want to keep for now and for the future. Who is he referring to? Yildiz, Thuram, Bremer, Locatelli, I don't know. He didn't mention any players, but he said the difference, why I'm speaking about we reinforce, and that was our objective, to reinforce the squad, is because we want to become better also with the alternative. So probably one of the problems that they identified immediately was, we have a good team, a potential strong team, that can give us a lot of success and that can go really far in all the competition. But when Igor Tudor is turning himself and looking at the bench, probably we are missing some alternatives, qualitative alternatives. And that's where he said today, we believe that we did a really great job in terms of not only quantity but also quality. That's what he said. And then he said we have a mix between youth and experience. It was also one of our objectives. We know that we had the second youngest team of Serie A, which is not anymore the case now, but we wanted to continue to have the youth as an important factor, but mixing youth with experience. So he's telling us we were strong, but probably were lacking something that we were able to reinforce. We believe that we come out stronger than we were before calcio mercato. So he's using also the Italian word, calcio mercato, immediately to deep dive in the Italian culture. I was about to say, maybe he will say mercato is crazy, something that he didn't say yet. But important things. We are stronger than we were before. We reinforced the squad before the team because the team was already strong. We wanted to keep a backbone, which we have with Di Gregorio. He spoke about Bremer. He spoke about Cabal, the importance of Bremer. He spoke about that backbone that is probably a Locatelli, Thuram, Kenan Yildiz. He was even happy to keep Dusan Vlahovic, that in terms of finishing skills, it's what he already showed with Juve and with the Serbian national team. So beautiful words. And then he spoke also why they went for Edon and Lois. Edon Zhegrova because he's a player and he knows, because he was president of Toulouse, that he's able to create, to have that creativity to create out of nothing. So that's why he went for a player like that, to be able to change the game out of nowhere. And then about the work rate, the ability to finish from Lois Openda. He said it was not super easy, but for example, Edon Zhegrova or Lois Openda, we closed the deal at 7:58. I think it was for Zhegrova, 7:58, while Calciomercato was ending at 8 p.m. So 2 minutes before, just to tell you that it was not easy. We feel a lot stronger, is what he said. And then he spoke about immediately putting things straight. Whatever you have read, you have seen about the discussions with Nasser Al-Khelaifi from Paris Saint-Germain are lies, are fake stories. Probably someone is trying to manipulate the truth. The words that, if you follow the channel since really, really long, manipulating the truth is something that you already have heard here on the channel. I'm not saying that Komoli is watching the channel. I'm not saying that he's paraphrasing me or repeating what I'm telling. But when he's saying manipulating the truth, well, that's one of the biggest battles over here on the channel. So I really enjoyed also Komoli that is welcoming the new players, telling us why he went for the two players, thanking the old players, immediately putting that, no, I put a lot of respect to the relationship that we have with other clubs, putting also the media straight. Don't lie, because we will call you out. We will call you out. Top. And also repeating that Juventus can go really far in all the competitions. Bravo. Give me a rating on these, I don't know how long he spoke, 5, 7, 8 minutes of Damien Komoli. Let me check. I will tell you immediately how long he actually spoke before giving the word to Zhegrova. It is 9 minutes. 9 minutes of Komoli. Itai is giving me 9 on 10. Perfect and much needed. For Imran, thank you Itai and Imran to participate to the chat. Nabil, 7 on 10. Perfect speech for Moritza. I'm looking here up to the word just to be sure that we didn't forget anything. I've read a few articles about the discussions I had with Paris Saint-Germain president, and they are fake. Rumors, articles that you would have seen or read are fake, are lies. Someone is or tried to manipulate a situation that doesn't exist. So bravo, Damien Komoli. What about Zhegrova? Because I see immediately some words here. Beppe, do you think, from Endre, that he was wrong in saying that he won't play against Inter because now they have a day more to prepare the game, knowing that we will miss him in the solution that they would avoid? Bah, no, guys. We are speaking about high level. No, I tell you from the experience that I have in these press conferences is that if he said it like that publicly, it has been agreed, and he received a green light from coach and especially from the communication managers, that he could say it more, to actually just say to the fans, guys, I will not be there against Inter. Dortmund, maybe. Verona, maybe. Not Inter. To actually, before we start, because yesterday, and I am the first one to blame about that, when analyzing the training session, we immediately spoke about, Mamma Mia, can he potentially start? I always told you, no, he will not start. He is not playing since November. But I also said that I believe that he could enter the game. I was nearly sure that he would have had a few minutes against Inter and at Juve. Tudor and team, they decided after 2 training sessions, no, he can't, because he's not ready yet. What I also told you when speaking about Conceicao, I told you one thing that is straight. I told you one clear word in that new management, that new way of working, is we don't take any risks. We are cautious. We don't want to actually put pressure on a player, that because of pressure, because we don't know, let them play really fast. What happened, for example, with Koopmeiners last year from Thiago Motta, trying to recuperating as fast as possible with broken ribs, or with you remember, he had these broken ribs, he was trying to play before giving forfeit, or when he had the fever, it happened with a few players that were not at 100% back, and we tried to play them to anticipate. We had a few problems with that, so that's something that we want to really avoid. But he said it in front of everyone. I immediately understood it. I immediately understood after a second question, I believe, that was asked to him. He didn't say it straight, black on white, but he said, yeah, I hope that soon I will be ready to play, something like that, where I said, pay attention, because I'm not sure that he will be called up against Inter. And then luckily that question really arrived, where it was black on white on it. So he will not be there. About Conceicao, we didn't read official communication from Juve that is out. Yesterday we saw him speaking with Igor Tudor. Will he be ready to be called up and to be there on the bench to change the game? Could be, I have no idea. Waiting for, actually, or tomorrow with Tudor confirming, or waiting for Saturday morning when we will have the squad list to understand about Conceicao, because Juve didn't help us on that one. Soon of course, but not now. That he will be there to experience the Derby d'Italia. Yes, he will. What else did he say? Physically, I had a period that was a bit difficult because of the injury, but now I'm feeling better. I started again to train intensively. Soon I will be ready. That's what he said. And then he continued, Juventus is a big club, and I always wanted to play in a big club. I was happy of the interest of Juve, he said Comoli, said Chiellini, and that from that moment on his focus was only the one of joining Juve. You see the face also, this was the face of Zhegrova for the entire press conference, except when there was that question about the Albanian prime minister. Juve Inter, I spoke with the coach. I will not be part of the game. I need to work also physically. There are 2 big teams. I understand the importance of the team, but I will be there to support the team, of course. What about Openda? What were his important things? What about Bremer? I know what happened. I already sent him a message back then that it was not my intention. We have time. It's a great person. It's a great player. We will have time to speak about it. Was it interesting? Bah, who cares, guys? What do you think? That he will go and he will say, oh, Bremer, or Bremer will say, oh, Openda? Guys, my role, where I played the most, and that was I was really interested in, was the role. And he said number 9. Number 9, guys. Not falso 9, not on the left, not on the right. How many times did we see the lineups Juve A, Juve B with Openda on the left? Why on the left? Because we are missing a player there. If not Yildiz, who can play in that 3-4-2-1 instead of Yildiz? So people, they put Openda, Yildiz, Zhegrova, Conceicao. Dusan Vlahovic and Jonathan David. But that's not the reality, at least not today, because Openda is telling us my favorite position is number 9. I always play it in that position. Of course, I like to play also a bit more. It didn't say like reported by Juventus News 24. He didn't say I like to play on the wings. Huh? He said I like also to move a bit more on the left, a bit more on the right. That's what he said. But I'm a player that is moving a lot. This league is not easy because the defenses are really compact, but thanks to my velocity, I think that I can bring something. My abilities also to finish is important. We will see what will happen on Saturday. I am ready to play that game if the coach decides so. So I saw 2 players probably a bit impressed. Huh? Guys, at Lille, Lens, Leipzig, Bruges, you don't have the same impact, and you don't have Damien Comoli next to you. You don't have like 15, 20 journalists in front of you ready to ask questions that are looking at you, that are speaking in a different language. So it is impressive. It is impressive. So that's about the press conference. Again, what is the only answer that we have? That Zhegrova will not be there. Do we have a more clear answer about where Openda will play? No. We don't know. He said, I spoke with the coach telling him that that was my favorite position, but I don't know what he's expecting from me yet at the moment. Don't forget that he started to train also yesterday with the team. So 1 day of training session for him, 2 days for Zhegrova. So, it's I don't know. I don't know what to think about the press conference of today of the 2 players. Of course, we have that bad news of Zhegrova. Now, on the other side, how can I trust myself? Or how can I put me a bit more in comfort zone for the game of Juventus? Because looks like I read something when he announced that he would not be part of the game. I was reading someone that said, we lost the game against Inter. And no. No, for a simple reason. If you're thinking that, is that maybe you were wishing that the player that is not playing since December 2024 would have started the game and would have been able to reach his optimal level. That was absolutely not what I was expecting. I was expecting a Zhegrova on the bench to play the last 15 minutes of the game in case we needed him. Absolutely not to be decisive in that game. So, no. In all the lineups that I've made, I never put Zhegrova as the man there. Openda could be not Zhegrova. So that he's not there will change a bit. Because, of course, if you have him on the bench and if the coach of Inter believes that he can enter and change, maybe the changes, the subs that he's making are in consequence of that. But no, I was not counting on Zhegrova to be the man that is changing the game. No. Who do we have at disposal? Depending on Conceicao, where we don't know yet, we have Dusan Vlahovic, Openda, Jonathan David, Yildiz, and we have also Adzic. So we have 5 players for potentially 3 roles. If we want to add Koopmanners that could play there also in that position, we have 6 players for 3 roles. So no, I'm confident. Of course, you are losing 2 players with the most creativity, bar Kenan Yildiz, and we're speaking about Conceicao and Zhegrova. If Zhegrova was not a player that we were counting on at 100%, well, Conceicao could have been important into that game, especially if we remember what he did the last game against Inter, scoring that decisive 1-0. That's what I said since the beginning. If you go for a player like Colomani, could have played behind. I could have played instead of Yildiz, could have played instead of Conceicao, could have played as a number 9 in case of need, where you are backing up in case Dusan Vlahovic would leave. Otherwise, he can play all the position. Here, you clearly hear Openda telling you. So, will we go towards in the future 3-4-1-2, for example? Could be, but if you go towards a 3-4-1-2, that means that you are really counting on Kenan Yildiz with true strikers, Jonathan David, Openda. What do you do with Zhegrova? What do you do with Conceicao? What do you do with an Adzic that has absolutely nothing anymore in terms of possibilities to play. So I don't know if that's the way of playing. Maybe you can go towards 4-2-3-1 in the future with double pivot, with Kenan on the left, but there you lose a bit of Kenan. With Openda, a bit more as a trequartista, but you see today he didn't say I would love to play as a number 10. He loves to play as a number 9. Jonathan David up front and Zhegrova on the right could be, or just that every game up front they will rotate and we will play with different way of playing. Can be a 3-4-1-2, a 3-4-2-1, 3-4-3, a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1. It could possibly be that Juventus has in mind that every game, depending on the opponent that we will play, we will rotate offensively to make sure that the other teams are not able to prepare the game against us because they will not know how we will play. Could be that that's the strategy of Tudor. Could be. Today, after the press conference of Openda, I'm not wiser about the situation. Because my fear of him really feeling a real number 9 is clear. Or then, if from now on, we will never see Dusan Vlahovic anymore, and we will have Openda or Jonathan David. Let's see. Jonathan David has the second biggest salary, gross, from the team after Dusan Vlahovic. And Openda, that is on loan with an obligation to buy at certain condition, could become a really expensive signing. So you need to find a way to play them. Kenan Yildiz, you cannot let him go. You spent 32 million euro on Conceicao to make him permanent. And then you have a Zhegrova that, of course, the salary is lower. Of course, the fee was lower. But everyone is telling us that it's a player that is ready to destroy the league with how we can enter, how we can start, how we can play. And create out of nowhere. Let's see. I think that this is what will happen, Nabil. Koopmeiners and Yildiz behind 1. Could it be Jonathan David? Could it be Openda? Could it be Dusan Vlahovic? I think that for tomorrow, at least, this is what we will see. Then Koopmeiners will go back and rotate in the midfield. But that's what we will see. Do you have observations, questions about that press conference of today? Did you enjoy it or not? Do you need to process it? Of course, the bad news of Zhegrova is influencing a lot how we think. By the way, player of the month, is Serie A or Juve? Player of the month of August, Kenan Yildiz. But I don't know if it's Serie A or Juve. Serie A? Oh, chapeau. Maybe they will give him a bit more points here. I will not... by the way, if people know some people from EA Sport, from FIFA, for the very first time ever, I will not put money on FIFA. So I will not speak bad about it. I will not speak good about it. Then if EA or FIFA, they want to sponsor me in sending me it, I want to review and I want to tell you what I think about that experience of EA 26 or whatever he's called. I will not. So if they want me to speak well or bad, honest, they need to send me something. EA people, if you're listening, let me know so that I can rate if 79 for Kenan Yildiz is correct or not. Bravo. It's too time consuming. Ciao, Jorge. So, questions, opinions. bravo. 219. This is what we miss to reach 40k. This evening, we go with an important one, which is Terrain Giants Juventini of the World podcast here at 10 p.m. But I want to read you guys. I need to read you. Otherwise, I close. Attenzione, Roberto Gallo, grandissimo. You're welcome for that photo of Juve under 21 yesterday. Beppe, my flight is tonight for Juve Inter. I will be there. Forza Juve. Yesterday, Roberto Gallo, that was there watching Leicester Juve under 21. And that was sending me some pictures that I have posted. Also, De Bruyne was able to see that picture. He reposted that picture on Instagram, so we were noticed thanks to your picture. And Roberto, that will fly from Leicester or UK to Torino to watch the game tomorrow. I know a lot of people will be there at the game. I will not be there because the next games I really want to do the watch along here on the channel. So because I traveled a lot, I didn't plan it to be there. It's early, it's early in the season. Juve and Inter is early into the season, so I didn't even take it into consideration to go for Juve Inter this time. Who knows? Maybe in Coppa Italia. I don't know if we are in the same tableau. I don't think so. I think that we are in the opposite. So no. Let's see. Who knows? Maybe in the Champions League. You never know. After the group stages, of course. You never know what can happen, possibly. Everything can happen. So thank you, my friend. Thank you to you, Roberto. So is there something or we close, guys? Waking up and seeing Beppe doing a live. I love it. I'm about to close, Damiano. Beppe, what's the biggest donation you have? I don't remember. I think that the biggest live was the Coppa Italia win. But more than donations, there were subscribers, memberships. Was a huge. No, or was it? Let me think. Was it when Allegri was sacked or the Supercoppa? I think the Coppa Italia that we won. I think it was the Coppa Italia that we won. Yeah. The 25th of May, guys. What happened there? 25th of May. That was now, huh? Coppa, yeah, something like that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it was 15th of May. Look a bit at 15th of May 2024. 15th of May 2024. That was the big day, if I'm not wrong. 15th of May 2024. I think this was people were going crazy. Indeed. People went crazy about it. I was crazy. We won the Coppa Italia. Imagine when we win the Scudetto again. Let me check. I will tell you. Wait, May 15th. Voilà. Atalanta Juve. Goal of Dusan Vlahovic was on the 15th May 2024. That was a crazy life. Anyway, who cares? Remember the yeah. I remember. AI said 40k on September 9. Could have been 9. Nice. It is not like that. So we are close. I was hoping now that we would do it before Juve Inter. It's tough now because we are playing on Sunday. Will be tough. Will be really tough. But we will get there. Because of your birthday, Orion, I know. Was a Cecilia's birthday, Orion's birthday, Dani Abdelnour birthday. There were a lot of birthdays, beginning of September, from people in this community. Beppe, I will be at the Bernabeu for Juve versus Real. Will you be there? At the moment, I don't know. Could be, but I don't know. That he will not be there against Inter soon. Chances of Juve winning the Champions League. Who is Opera? Opta, you mean? Opta. I didn't check how much. If you have a link, I can go through it. I don't know how much they said. Honestly, I didn't pay attention to it. What are the chances of Juve winning it? Tell me. Below 1%. It's not a lot, huh? No? Guys, is it to win the group stage or to really win the Champions League? Here. Wait. UEFA Europa League predictions. Luckily, we are not in Europa League. Do we have the Champions League predictions? Champions League predictions. Juve quarterfinal, 16.7. 5.6 semi-final, 1.8 a final, 0.6 of winning it. Liverpool first, Arsenal second. Arsenal is always second. PSG third, City fourth, Barcelona, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Munich. But if you're looking at, guys, Inter, for example, 3% of winning the Champions League is the team that last year played the final of Champions League. And they have only 3% chances. So, if you are giving me a delta, 3% chances for Inter to win the Champions League, and Juve 0.6, I will tell you it's the reality. If you are telling me that Leverkusen 0.7, Juve 0.6, I tell you that no, I'm not happy with that. Then they are telling me Leverkusen has 1.7 of reaching the final, Juve 1.8 to reach the final. So Juve has 0.1 more chances to reach the final than Leverkusen. But of course, if we go into the final, then we lose. But also take into account, guys, that we played 7 finals. We lost, we played 9 finals. We lost 7. So to win the Champions League, guys, you need not only to ultra perform, but then you need also il culo. You need the luck to be on your side, because we lost a few. We lost a few. Guys, if you need to divide by everything, what can I tell you? It's real. Is there someone really that believes that Juve today can win the Champions League? On the other side, football, and that's why we love football, is still unpredictable. You have always some patterns and some certainties, but you still have that small unpredictability that can happen, and that's why we love football. Even if it's only 0.6 times on 100, we still love it. Buongiorno, Jake. He believes not yet. No, on FIFA maybe. It's Champions League. No, but everything can always happen. Of course, but then you need also to be realistic. If I would start here, guys, telling you we go and we will win Champions League, Scudetto, Coppa Italia, guys. Soon you will tell me, Beppe, we don't follow you because you are totally out of reality. That doesn't mean that I want to start with negativity. We need to be with the feet on the ground. Testa bassa, pedalare, working, starting already to win respect. And I believe that Damian Comolli is doing a big job on that. Again, today, some people were manipulating the truth or tried to manipulate the truth and this and this and this. So, bravo Damian Comolli for what he's doing, which was extremely necessary. Bravo for that. I respect that. That's something else. Yeah, of course. Look, Damien gave me good vibes also in his talks about the awareness of having a strong team, which I believe we have. I really believe we have. I think that we missed some things, but we have a strong team that we can go far. Didn't promise that we would win, but we know it. We know it. Qualifying to Champions League is financially and to continue a project the most vital, but this is like that for all the big teams in Italy and in other leagues. That's the first thing where you say, okay, we have secured continuity of project. One. Do you celebrate? No. You celebrate when you are nearly out and luckily you are able to save your future. But you don't celebrate. And then you need to fight to having that credibility of fighting until the last day, of being third, second, who knows, first. But yeah, and look at the teams today. Rabiot joined Milan. You have Milan, you have Napoli, you have Inter, you have Fiorentina, you have Bologna, you have Como, you have Lazio, Roma. You have some good teams in Italy. Yeah? I'm not saying that they are at the level of other huge big European teams, but the competition is there, which you have less in France, which you have less in Germany, which you have a lot in Premier League as well, with different levels of strength. But one thing is sure, that it's a low level or a high level. Serie A is competitive because it's really difficult to predict which team will enter in the top four. Today we say Inter and Napoli will be there. Yeah, today on paper. But Napoli was the winner of the title 2 years ago and they finished 10th. You know, it can happen in Italy. It can happen, so pay attention. Cabal, well, he spoke really well about him, Damian Comolli, saying soon he will be there. Already against Inter, I don't know, but he's training with the team. My player. But look, guys, you saw it at the face, huh? He just arrived. The first thing that he had, but I think he should have been prepared because that's a question that is always asked. But I always told you that I have no problem with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Huh? Even that he went to Inter, I have no problem with that. Why? It's a young player that is in an increasing phase of his career. 2 years at Juve, something crazy is happening. At that moment, you don't really know what is happening. Eh? He went to Inter, and I will tell you that that he is a player that I respect a lot because he always said, even at Inter, after Inter, I don't care. He said, these 2 trophies, I won them on the field because we were the strongest one. He doesn't care about all his years at Inter, Milan, whatever. We were the strongest one. No, I respect Zlatan. So for me, it's not... he said Zlatan and he couldn't say Zlatan because Zlatan is bad or no. Or no, Zlatan is a good name. The only thing why I didn't like that he said Zlatan is, first of all, because it's before Juve, Inter, and because we have so many legends. Pick another one, pick just another one. Then, if he can do, I don't believe, because it's a different player in terms of body structure, physique, etc. if he can do a 50% of the career of Zlatan internationally, oh bravo. Huh? Yeah, I agree with Barbara. Go watch the Hall of Fame. Maybe would have been good. But you see, he just arrived. One thing is sure, I don't believe that he was a huge, big Juventino when he was a kid. Did he say it? No. He didn't say that. He didn't try to sell us that or kissing the badge or finally I'm at Juve. It's not what he said, huh? But probably didn't watch a lot of Juve games in his youth. And at the end, who cares? The important thing is that the kids will watch Openda as a Juventino, because that means that he's doing really well and that he stays long. Ciao, Foot. No, it's not Zhegrova, Mark. It's Openda. It's Openda. But I said there is nothing wrong. He didn't say anything wrong. It's just that you could have chosen a lot of players. But you see that he just gave the first name that came in mind, that he was not really prepared. I think it's important to be prepared when you go to a club like Juve. If I go tomorrow to represent Werder Bremen, yeah, I will stop first of all saying Werder Bremer, because I'm always referring to our player. So I will make sure that I'm pronouncing the name of the club right, one. Two, that I look at who were the important players from Werder Bremer, what was the history, how much they won before starting to even speak in front of microphones. I don't know where that information is coming from, that Jonathan David didn't train today. It can be true, but that's an information that I didn't see yet at the moment. True or not, I don't know. Let me check. I didn't receive that information yet. Let me check. Calcio Turkey is reporting the words from like 2 days ago. I don't know where that information is coming from. I don't see it, my friend. Again, maybe you're right, but I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe. Team Visa. Trying to check, guys, huh? Guys, I don't know. I don't know who said that about Jonathan David. Again, I can be real, can be wrong. I don't know. I didn't see it. I finish with the tactical pad. I know that you like it, and I like it, of course, as well. Let's go with the tactical pad to understand who can and who cannot be there. My idea remains the same. I think that we will see this. I think that this is what we will see against Inter on Saturday, with a variant that could potentially be, again, Kostic instead of a Joao Mario here. Could be. you know what I would do, personally? I would do this. Tell me, I prefer Joao Mario on the right. I would do this. Sorry. I would sacrifice Gatti to actually play Kalulu as a three-man defense. I would play Kostic on the left. Cambiado is not there. Kostic, you know what I would love, you can easily switch like this, Up, four-man defense. You have Yildiz that can go a bit more wide. And if you don't want Yildiz wide, you can ask him to go closer. With actually, and this is what happens, Thuram reinforcing, Locatelli, Koopmeiners, because you ask Joao to push. You see? You see that difference? With Koopmeiners that is dropping. So you have a Koop. I would do that, guys. 100%. Wait. I messed up. You ask Koop to drop. Thuram to actually go a bit more here. Up. He goes like that. You see? Oh, wait. I need to close, guys. I need to close. Yeah. More or less, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Of course, Kostic, Kelly, Bremer, Kalulu, Joao Mario is stronger on the right. Koopmeiners, boom, boom, boom. You see? You play 3-4-2-1. That's what I would do. That can easily change. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to put a maximum of like. Continue to subscribe to the channel. We see each other this evening. So actually in how much? In 6 hours we see each other here for the beautiful live podcast version with our friends from Turin Giants. Don't forget to put a maximum of like. Continue to subscribe to the channel. We are at the moment with 39,782. Up, 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 so that we can reach 40k on Saturday. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.